Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thanks for joining me once again here on Talkin' Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today, courtesy of our friends across the pond at boxing247.com. Let's start off today's episode with an interesting story from Down Under, featuring a heavyweight fighter by the name of Paul Gallen. He's going to take on two challengers on the same evening. Wow. All right, here we go. Paul Gallen will fight twice in the same night against Justin Hodges and Ben Hennett in a state of origin heavyweight boxing extravaganza that hasn't been witnessed in Australia for more than 130 years. But it hasn't witnessed anywhere else in 130 years either. Gallen, whose record is 12-2-1, will be following in the footsteps of Australia's first ever world champion, Albert Young Griffiths, when he takes on the Queensland origin legends turned heavyweight challengers at Nissan Arena in Brisbane on Thursday, September 15th. In the co-main event, Harry Garside, 3-0, will look to secure his first Australian title against Miles Zalewski. Said Paul Gallen, as I said, in the lead up to their last fight, that there'd be nothing more enjoyable than getting to bash two Queenslanders in one night, and here we are. These two couldn't get my name out of their mouths in their lead up to the last fight. Be careful what you wish for, guys, because I'm coming to swing and swing hard, and I won't stop until you're both on the floor regretting the decision. I'm actually pumped that the fight is in Brisbane, and I couldn't care less about the crowd. They can boo me all they want, but that will only give me more energy to go out and put on a show. Woo-wee. No Limit CEO George Rose said, Paul Gallen is one of Australia's toughest ever athletes, but there's no question this is going to be a massive challenge for him. He's attempting to defeat two opponents in a single evening deep inside enemy territory. Gal's never once backed down from a challenge, so when we told him there's an opportunity to take not one, but two Queenslanders in one night, he said, where do I sign? Fantastic stuff. All right, let's move along to a story out of Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor has blasted Jake Paul's suggestion that the rematch of the Mega Madison Square Garden showdown with Amanda Serrano should be at 126 pounds or 130 pounds catch weight. Taylor, who's 21-0 with 6 knockouts, who edged out Serrano back in April to retain her lightweight crown in an epic fight for the ages, spoke on Matchroom Boxing's new podcast, Flash Knockdown, and stood firm that the rematch will only happen at lightweight. What is that about? Said Taylor. I've never heard such nonsense in all my life. I've never heard someone say something as stupid as that, to be quite honest. I think they're just trying to play a few games. I'm pretty sure Jake knows I'm not going to get down 126. I don't think I've ever heard of a situation in boxing where the champion wins but has a rematch in a lower weight division. It's real nonsense. I don't know if he's playing games or if it's naivety, but the rematch is going to be at 135 pounds. So there you go. There's a much more fuller, in detail series of quotes regarding that statement, and you can find it on boxing247.com. In the meantime, I'll move along to our next story. As promised the other day, here are the results out of Detroit. The Detroit Brawl took place on Wednesday evening. Detroit via Uzbekistan. Shohjahon Ergashev, who's now 23-0 with 20 knockouts, showed why he's the IBF number 6, WA number 12, WBO number 8, and Ring Magazine number 8, ranked super lightweight in the world with an impressive 5th round stoppage. Baja California's Angel El Furioso Martinez Hernandez. Fighting in the main event of Salida Promotions Detroit Brawl with the ESPN knockout camera rolling at the historic Garden Theater in Midtown Detroit, Ergashev appeared to hurt Martinez Hernandez to the body in the opening round and dropped him for a flash knockdown in round 4 with a short right hand. The razor-sharp Ergashev dropped Martinez Hernandez twice more in round 5 and had him trapped in the corner, unloading another pulverizing barrage when referee Rank Garza indicated he'd seen enough at 1 minute 24 seconds and awarded Ergashev technical knockout. Good stuff. Elsewhere on that card, as we reported, Light heavyweight bulldozer Ali Ismailio, now 9-0, 6 knockouts, fighting out of Detroit, overcame a spirited challenge by formerly undefeated Californian Eric Mergia, now 14-1 with 12 knockouts, to win the USBA light heavyweight championship by an entertaining 10-round unanimous decision. Accra Ghana's Prince Daznia, 23-0, 19 knockouts, a highly touted bantamweight prospect, made his US debut and a successful one, with a second-round knockout over the Dominican Republic's Juan Gabriel Medina. Desni, pronounced like Zany, showed patience in the first as he circled and studied his shorter foe. In round 2, the studying was over, and Zany stepped in with a clubbing right hand that dazed and dropped the Dominican for the full count from referee Frank Garza. Undefeated Grand Rapids, Michigan-based former amateur champion Joseph Hicks Jr. kept his record perfect intact with a first-round demolition of former prospect Jonathan Batista of the Dominican Republic also. Hicks, from the 2020 U.S. Olympic team, made his intention to hurt Batista clear at the weigh-in for their 6th-round middleweight bout and made good on the promise by dropping Batista first with a body jab and again with a follow-up left hook. Referee Gerard Butler had finally seen enough when a clubbing Hicks right hand dropped the Dominican for the final time at 2 minutes 30 seconds of the opener. Wow. Undefeated Detroiter Devell Smith, now 4-0, the WBC's Big Belt Championship Tournament winner, felt some pushback from Washington's Devontae McDonald, who came to Smith's backyard to win, but eventually Smith pulled away with a unanimous 4-round decision in their middleweight showdown. Former amateur star Joshua Pagan, now 3-0, passed a surprisingly stern 4-round test against Brazilian journeyman Macon da Silva, while scoring a unanimous decision victory. And finally, undefeated Houston-based light heavyweight Darius DFG Fulham, now 3-0, made quick work of Delaware's normally capable David Murray, 10-1, knocking him out at 1 minute 49 seconds of round number 2. Murray had a plan and tried his jab moving, but the stronger Fulham walked him down and unleashed hell. After a pedestrian first round, a quick series of headshots against the ropes convinced the outgunned and badly wobbled Murray to stay kneeling for the entire count. So, pretty good result out of Detroit. Good to see them battling, thanks to Dimitri Salita for his efforts in that city. One of Mexico's great champions and the hometown hero and the grandson of a legend will take center stage in San Diego next Saturday, August 20th at the Pachanga Arena in San Diego. Emmanuel Navarrete, 35-1, makes his 3rd defense of the WBO featherweight world title against Mexican countryman Eduardo Baez. San Diego's undefeated welterweight contender Giovanni Centillion, 29-0, looks to improve to 30-0 against Julio Luna, who's 19-2, by the way, with 10 knockouts of his own, in a 10-round co-feature. And Nico Ali Walsh, grandson of Muhammad Ali, who's sporting a 5-0 record, 4 knockouts, will see action in a 4-round rematch versus Reyes Sanchez. Ali fought at Pachanga Arena, that's Muhammad Ali, fought at Pachanga Arena in San Diego in 1973 when it was known as the San Diego Sports Arena against Ken Norton in the first fight of their legendary trilogy. Norton broke Ali's jaw and won a decision in one of boxing's most storied upsets. Anyway, this particular card, Navarrete Baez, Centillion Luna, Ali Walsh Sanchez, will be broadcast live on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus. That'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern Time or 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Good stuff out of San Diego. All right, let's see. Ooh, Thompson Boxing has some news for us out of Corona, California. A stellar card for what should be a hot summer night is being set up by Thompson Boxing this coming Saturday, August 20th. The main event will feature rising lightweight star Ruben Torres, 18-0, from South Central LA, who will put it all on the line against equally heavy-handed and knockout artist Christian Baez, 18-1, 17 knockouts, from Venezuela. The Torres versus Baez is a 10-rounder that will headline the properly dubbed Path to Glory event. Sparks will fly on August 20th, said Torres. I'm ready to take my career to the next level, and a victory against a tough opponent like Baez will help me climb up the rankings. I'd like to make a statement in the ring and let the world know that I belong at the top of my weight division. Elsewhere on that card, by the way, and what should be another barn burner, Corona's own Luis Lopez, who will be fighting in his backyard, will have his hands full against undefeated prospect Elias Diaz, who's 11-0, who hails from National City, California. Lopez versus Diaz will serve as the co-main event bout and is scheduled as an 8-rounder. Elsewhere, we'll also see on that traction a clash of Southern California undefeated lightweights. Pedro Valencia, 10-0, from Tacoma, California, will face Adrian Bam Bam Corona from nearby Rialto, California. On the undercard, you're going to see middleweight Knuckle Nelson Oliva and Carlos Graham go toe-to-toe, as well as super welterweight Anthony Saldivar out of Ontario, California, who will face an opponent to be announced. But opening the card will be lightweight Ioannis Manodilius out of Athens, Greece, 1-0, facing Gibran Perez, 0-1, out of San Marcos, California, in a 4-rounder. So that looks to be a pretty fun card, and good luck to Thompson Boxing. And as you might imagine, tickets are on sale right now, and it's sponsored by Hustler Casino in California. Good stuff. All right, moving along here. Over to the Brits. Fresh off his stunning stoppage win in Bournemouth last month, Burton battler Big Fraze Clark, 2-0, with 2 knockouts, is making a quick return to the ring for more heavyweight havoc. The massive Midlander has been added to the lineup for the Boxer, that's BOXXER, event taking place Saturday, 3rd of September, at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool. Tickets are obviously on sale, and also sees hometown hero Liam Smith debuting with Boxer and Tasha Jonas fighting for the unified world title. Clark, who captained Team GB at the 2020 Olympic Games and won a bronze medal for his country, will be making his 3rd professional outing when he enters the ring in Liverpool. He said, "I'm so excited to be fighting again so soon, especially in Liverpool, which is one of my favorite fight cities in the world," he said. "Liverpool is full of great characters and fighters, and is a city I have very fond memories, and notably when I won my ABI title there, and looking forward to bringing an exciting performance to the city on what is a great show, which has some great fights on the card." So quick look here. So we'll also see the homecoming of former WBO World Light Middleweight champ Liam Beefy Smith, 31, 3-1 with 18 knockouts, who recently signed an exclusive promotional agreement with Boxer, and he kicks off his campaign for 2nd world title in a clash with heavy-handed Hassan Makwakindo, who's 20-2, 14 knockouts. As I said, Tasha Jonas, who made history for Britain and her home city Liverpool when she became the first British female to box at the Olympics, is gunning to add the WBC world title to her collection. WBO champion Jonas, 11-1, faces Sweden's unbeaten defending WBC world champ Patricia Berkholt, 15-0. So good news out of Boxer, and we look forward to seeing more names added to that card, and of course the results. And for the last story of the day, as we all have heard, there's a big fight going down in Las Vegas, where we're going to see Triple G go toe-to-toe against Canelo Alvarez. So anyway, prior to that fight, and it looks like Triple G's pretty well thrown it in, quite frankly, with his recent comments about him being 40 and he might be over the hill. Anyway, if you're a betting man, you might want to take the underdog. Anyway, undisputed super middleweight champion in the world, Franchesca Cruz-Dezurn, has confirmed that she will appear at the 6th annual Box Fan Expo on Saturday, September 17th at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and that will be prior to that big trilogy fight between Alvarez and Golovkin, which will take place later that evening at the T-Mobile Arena. So anyway, Franchon will hold a meet and greet with her fans at her booth during the fan event held at the Mexican Independence Day weekend. The Box Fan Expo is an annual fan event that coincides with some of sports' legendary classic fights in Las Vegas, including Mayweather versus Maidana 2, Mayweather versus Bento, Canelo versus Chavez Jr., Canelo versus Triple G 2, and Canelo versus Jacobs. Centered in boxing's longtime home, Las Vegas, this year's expo is a must-do for fight fans coming in for this legendary weekend, with dozens of professional fighters, promoters, and companies involved in the boxing industry. The expo is the largest and only boxing fan expo held in the United States. I didn't know that. Franchon will make her second appearance at this year's expo and will be signing gloves, photos, personal items, and memorabilia. Franchon will also have merchandise to sell for fans to enjoy. Boxing fans will also have an opportunity to take pictures with the boxing star, also known as the heavy hitting diva. Franchon joins Marco Antonio Barrera, Rolando Romero, Jose Ramirez, David Benavidez, Sean Porter, Jesse Vargas, and Eric Morales as an early commitment to this year's Box Fan Expo, with more boxing stars to be announced. So there you go. Some good fun to be had in Las Vegas if you're going to go down and see Canelo Alvarez beat Triple G. Thank you for joining me on Talkin' Fight. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And we'll see you later on this afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, when I join Mike Orr and Cedric Ben for Knuckle Up.